Prom Night.
So Prom Night came out in 1980 and it's directed by Paul Lynch and stars Jamie Lee Curtis and Leslie Nielsen. This is a movie that has been hailed as a classic and it's the second movie by Jamie Lee Curtis or the third. This is like when she was in her horror craze. And this movie is said to be a classic, right? And better than the remake, and people shit on that remake. So I was very interested to go back to see this and see what my thoughts would be. And I have to say that holy shit, this is garbage. And apparently this movie is written by nobody, because the movie doesn't tell you who it's written by, and even the back of this movie doesn't tell me who it's written by. So I'm going to guess that everything in this movie is just ad-libbed. And that wouldn't surprise me at all, because this movie was that bad. All the dialogue is just there to be there. It's just there to fill time. There's nothing said that's like necessary or like building character. It's just like, yep, talk, stab, talk, stab. But you could say that's basically every Friday the 13th movie, but you know what? At least those movies are entertaining. This one was not, so therefore it is a problem. But before I get into my negatives, let me tell you the story about this movie. So this movie's about these little kids. They get this girl killed on accident while playing the game, and then it's 6 years later, and it's prom night, and someone is killing people that were there that night, and they don't know who. And that's it. So now that I got the synopsis out of the way, let me get my positives out of the way. And to do this, I'm going to have to literally start grasping at straws. Jamie Lee Curtis is in this movie. I guess that's a positive. Leslie Nielsen, he's in this movie, and he's not playing a typical dipshit like a Naked Gun and Airplane, so that's a positive. The score is a little interesting. It's new. I don't know. I'm just grasping at straws. It's a whodunit. I guess you can give it that. I like whodunits. And yeah, that's it. I can't think of anything else. The negatives for this movie is everything else. This movie bored the shit out of me. And I have this movie on DVD. I don't have it on Blu-ray, so this movie was literally so pixelated. It looks like the pixels of the brick walls were moving. But that's a negative that just says that this movie's dated. But the real negative is the writing of this movie. It is just filled with flaws, and I'm not gonna waste my breath explaining. It's just flawed. It's even edited so fucking weird. It's stupid. It's like you get the killer who walks into the building. He's not known as the killer yet, but I know he is. He's in the building, school building, and then all of a sudden it just cuts to like the killer like making phone calls, and he has a silhouette that doesn't even match the actual killer, and a face that doesn't match the actual killer. You see part of the face, his voice, I don't know what the fuck he's doing there. And then you got this whole B storyline that's going on with like the fucking cops are like, oh, there's this guy who we blamed for the death of this little girl at the beginning, and it's all fucking irrelevant. It's just there to be a red herring, even though you know that's not even you know that's bullshit. But you got this whole B-line storyline going on, and it's just completely unnecessary, stupid, and it's like trying to make you think it's this guy. And they blame this guy for the death of this little girl who we saw die. She fell out of the building. It wasn't a murder, it was an accident. So therefore we got these cops trying to solve this case that we already as an audience have solved. It's an accident. But they have this guy who breaks out of prison off camera, and he's like escaping, and it's trying to make you think that for some reason he has this vendetta against these children because he got blamed for what they did. It's all stupid. But here's the thing, okay? So at the beginning of this game, they got these 4 kids, and they're playing hide and go seek, except this game's more like hide and go kill. It's a game that literally has no rules or objective. You don't know what the fuck's going on in this game. They make you think it's hide and go seek, and when they find people, they just kind of join in, and it becomes like a big group effort to find the next person, and then when they find this other girl who joined the game at the last second, they just keep saying, kill, 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 and they say it till she basically is shitting her pants, falling out of a window and dying. It's like, you already found her. She's it, right? No? What are we playing? I have no idea. And then as soon as this little girl's dead, we got the worst children actors you'll ever find, and they don't give a shit that they just witnessed someone dying. They don't give a fuck. It's like, oh shit, we gotta get out of here. They're gonna throw us in jail. As soon as I saw that little kid with the striped shirt walking with this other girl who ends up dying wearing the same outfit, so you know they're related, I was like, that's the killer, right? Don't tell me that's gonna be the killer in the third act. Yep, it is. I guessed the killer literally the first frame I saw him. What the fuck? This movie did not do a good job of creating legit red herrings and making you think it was somebody else. You're just like, yep, it's that guy. Yeah, it's still that guy. I still think it's him. You haven't changed my mind, movie. There's a scene later on where the killer, Alex, is in the principal's office, the principal being his dad, who is also the dad of the little girl who died, because that's his sister. But you got this bully who's in there in the office with Alex, and he has the mask, the bully, and the principal, throws the mask away, so who knows where that mask is? 3 people. So therefore, that limits it down to those 3 people. And we know who it is. It's Alex. It's not the bully Lou, because that would just be too fucking obvious. Now let's talk about the killer, Alex. What a clumsy ass fucking not only look and mask, but just the way he portrays his character, just a complete idiot. He gets outran by a woman in high heels. How does that happen? You're a fucking teenage kid you can outrun her. But the killer getup is basically the equivalent of somebody who robs a store or is in some sort of fucking home protection commercial. But this movie cheats, alright? This movie cheats and makes you think it's not Alex, but I knew better. I knew it was Alex the whole fucking time. They do these things where it's like, how did Alex have time to do this when they immediately after that say, no, he was too busy over here doing this, or he couldn't be doing this. No, he was doing that somehow. And like I said, edited poorly. You got these images that just keep flying in. They're just stupid, cutting back this shit. It's just pointless. It's stupid. I'm not going to waste my breath explaining shit. It's just pointless. You don't need to watch this movie at all, ever. But the killer, Alex, I'll keep calling him that. I'm spoiling it. Alex, he's the killer, but he's making all these phone calls to the people who are going to dance, who he knows are going to the dance. I don't know why he's wasting these phone calls. But he's making these phone calls, and after each phone call ends, he just crosses out this name. And what does that mean? Nothing. It means nothing because he calls somebody else, and that person doesn't pick up, and he still crosses out that person's name. So therefore, it's all stupid. Hey, hello, is Nick there? No? Alright, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What was any of that for? It was pointless. Stupid. Was that supposed to make me scared? Because you failed. This movie wastes an entire hour just to get to the third act, filling it with nonsense. So it keeps every once in a while just trying to drop something interesting, but it's not. And then finally, as soon as one person dies, finally, like over an hour in, it's a death scene, death scene, death scene. They just kind of like, oh shit, we haven't killed anybody yet. Let's just kill everybody right now. This movie, like, try to rush through all the deaths. It's like, we gotta start killing people now because we haven't done it for over an hour. So it's like death scene, death scene, death scene. And all the deaths are lame. You got a death that's literally like in slow motion, just a close up of someone's eyes as they get their throat slit. You get another death with this guy driving his car, God knows where, but it's like right outside the school and there's like a cliff right next to the school. And instead of just driving onto the road, he just drives in circles for like an hour, what feels like, and then drives off the cliff like a fucking idiot. But let's talk about that guy. Okay, I forgot to mention this. This guy, he picks up this girl in the second act of the movie, and this girl doesn't have a date, and she's just basically stupid. She's stupid. Because she gets in the car of this guy, and he's like, hey, you want to get in my car? I'll drive you to school. And she doesn't know who this guy is. And neither do anybody at this school that he drops him off, that he drops her off to. So therefore, we're like, okay, so this guy is older, he does not go to this school, right? Nope. He's at the school, literally in the cafeteria, eating with her. So what, he drops her off at school and he goes, hey, do you mind if I just enter the school and eat at the cafeteria too? Is he a school student there or not? What the fuck's going on? And then they have sex and they smoke weed and then they die. Yeah, just confirming that cliche of horror movies.
I'll remember this night for the rest of my life.
Of course. So will I.
This movie spent more time choreographing a 5-minute dance scene than actually working on a story. Now, despite how terrible I've been telling you that this movie is, here's some quotes, alright? So, one of my all-time favorite slashers. Bloody disgusting. Now, this is a horror classic. Moviehole.net. Inspired a new style, the Scream series, the I Know What You Did Last Summer series, urban legends. I don't see anything in this movie that could inspire those. This was not like those. But yeah, this movie just sucked. I didn't like it at all. So therefore, I have to say, when it comes to prom night, there's one thing that I would rather do, and that is to blow my brains out. The Mr. Hadawar will go to Lou. He takes Nick's spot as the prom king as part of some weird plan that Wendy has, and it immediately backfires when he gets his head chopped off by Alex. And then his head rolls onto the stage, which is exactly what I thought was going to happen. Yeah, even that was predictable. And the Mr. Twig Award will go to Wendy. This is a character who you're supposed to hate, and they kill her off camera in the worst fashion ever. They didn't even try to show anything. This is the main woman responsible for telling all the other kids to shut up about the death of the Robin at the beginning. And yet now we don't get to see her die, but we get to see other people die in slow motion. Fuck that. Whatever. Yeah, whatever. Alright, those are my thoughts on Prom Night. Have you seen this movie? Did you actually like it? This is a classic. Is it better than the remake? Because other people say it's shit because it didn't take anything from this movie. But whatever. I'm going to watch that remake at some point, and it's probably going to be 10 times better. But let me know what you thought about this movie in the comments below. And as always, if you enjoyed this, you can hit that like button and subscribe by clicking on my beautiful cartoon face in 5 seconds. And if you are subscribed, make sure you click that bell icon to be notified every time I make a video. And until next time, Auf Wiedersehen.